Hey there guys, Mike here. Mike's DVDs and Blu-rays collection is back with a Western roundup of some newer Westerns that I've gotten recently, even as far back as yesterday. But some movies also that I've wanted to rewatch and really show that to some people, that maybe it's a movie you've missed, or maybe it's one of those really good movies that you've missed and everything. So thought I'd pass that along and see how you guys feel about this. But next up, this is one of those movies that end up on home video, and I'm not sure if this was a straight to streaming or straight to video movie, but it's got a really great cast in this, and it's a pretty awesome movie, if I don't say so myself. But yeah, this is a movie called Brimstone. Wow, this movie's just, I mean, it's got Guy Pearce in it, who you might know from like Memento and stuff like that. It's got Dakota Fanning, Emilia Jones, and Kit Harington, who was famous on the what was it, dang, what TV series was that? Jeez. Oh man, I'll think of it. But anyways, really good movie. Basically, I mean, he basically, Guy Pearce's character basically, runs his town. It's one of those Westerns where, a stranger comes to town, and and discovers a town that's been pretty much bought up and controlled by one person. Usually he runs the gambling hall and the brothel and everything like that, and names everything after him, and people are really under his thumb and they can't do anything, and so it ends up becoming a real problem and stuff. But let me look on this for a second, because I don't have my glasses, but I'm trying to think, was that... Oh, that's not Demi Moore. Is it Demi Moore? No, I don't think that's Demi Moore. She kind of looks like her. But anyways, but yeah, this comes with an interview with cast and crew. Basically, and that guy, the Guy Pearce character is like a preacher. He's one of those... he's an evil... it's like, you're not a preacher, what I mean? Kind of, the character ends up saying that in the movie. It's like, you're not a preacher. But yeah, it's basically a Western thriller. It says here, it's set in a menacing inferno of the old American West. Brimstone tells the story of Liz, a genuine survivor who is hunted by a vengeful preacher for a crime she didn't commit. And yeah, it's good, man. It's got some filmed great. It's got a great look to it and stuff. And yeah, this is a great release. You should be able to pick this up even on Amazon pretty cheap. This is the Blu-ray DVD edition of it. But yeah, Game of Thrones is what Kit Harington was on. Gosh, how could I forget that? Game of Thrones. Yeah. So anyways, guys, check that out. Sorry about the lackluster description. Anyways, now next up, this is a Kino Blu-ray release. Now, a few episodes ago, I reviewed this movie, but it was a DVD, a really older DVD, that said it was widescreen, and it wasn't widescreen, and the print just looked crappy, and I tried watching it twice and just didn't dig it, and finally figured out that it's good, but it's just the way it looks and everything. So I finally got the Kino Blu-ray of it, and man, it really fixed that all up and everything. So and it even came with a slipcase, and that's kind of rare sometimes. So anyways, the movie I'm talking about is They Came from Cordura. Was it Cordura? I always want to say Cordoba, but it's Cordura. And really good. Gary Cooper, Rita Hayworth is really good in this. Van Heflin, Tab Hunter. It's got Richard Conte in it. He's always good and stuff. Robert Keith, Dick York from Bewitched, directed by Robert Rawson. And finally, this is uncut and 235:1 aspect ratio. Finally got the widescreen version of it, and man, it made a world of difference. I promise, it made a great difference. Basically, Gary Cooper is put together for a mission to go take this hill, or take this take the base back, or what was it? Yeah, it's supposed to be, basically it's like Gary Cooper has been labeled a coward somehow from a fight, a previous battle of some sort, and now he's put together with all these other guys, which are like criminals and people that are about to be drummed out of the army. Now we've seen that premise a lot, the Dirty Dozen, and really a bunch of movies and stuff, but this came first, 1959. And they're all these people that by the end of their little mission they're going on, Gary Cooper has to come up with Medal of Honor people. He's going to award these people the Medal of Honor to just have something to advertise the army with, that these kids did good, and this guy did, and it was all, BS. And Gary Cooper has to decide between doing that and finally standing up and not being kind of like a coward and say that, I'm not going to do this. These people are not fit to be soldiers. They're not fit to be humans in some cases and stuff. Really good. Rita Hayworth is one of the people they're bringing her back. They're bringing her back and everything. Man, this one is very wordy on the back for Aquino. But anyways, the U.S. Army wants her. I think she was, what was she working as, a spy or something? I don't know, guys. I'm sorry, but anyways, it is good. It's it's got this one of those plots. It's like a men on the mission. Fortunately, it's no alternative artwork. Just this really cool slipcase, and it looks nice. It really does. I was not aware that it was on Blu-ray when I got that DVD that time, but I think I picked it up really cheap or something. But big improvement over that one. Next up, this is a really good Joel McCrea Western. This hasn't been out on Blu-ray very long. I have a DVD edition of this that came out, I think, in a TCM 4-movie pack box set one. But this also stars the beautiful Yvonne DiCarlo, who is Lily Munster from the Munsters. Really good. Love Joel McCrea. Talked about this in my Joel McCrea video. I did a spotlight on him a couple years ago. But yeah, this is really nice. It's finally, it's got the Blu-ray treatment now. It looks sharp. Beautiful, that beautiful Technicolor. This is early, widescreen. This is 1954. Actually, it's not widescreen. It's 137. This is where it was, movies were starting to go widescreen, because it was 53 that they started, and this is 54. So, but yeah, it's in beautiful, glorious Technicolor. And it's basically Joel McCrea's up against Pedro Amendez, who's been in a lot of good movies. It's also got Alfonso Bedoya in it, who was the "We Don't Need No Stinking Badges" guy from Treasure of the Sierra Madre, and he's been in some good Randolph Scott movies too and stuff. He usually plays a real, I don't know, but anyways, pretty good movie. Looks great, upgraded finally. Now next up, this is a movie I really enjoyed. This one, this is really good. This is on a Code Red, Universal Code Red and Kino partnership. 1971. This is called One More Train to Rob with George Peppard. And man, he did some good westerns. There's a couple of good ones he's done. This time it's a big Technicolor widescreen movie directed by Andrew McLaglen, and I see a screenplay by was that Dick Nelson. Anyways, it's got a great cast. It's got John Vernon. You might know him, of course, from like Dirty Harry and stuff. Diana, was that Militar? Not sure who she is, but George Papar is a star. Really good one. Basically, he plays a character that's been cheated out of his gold and his women, and now the only weapon he has left is revenge. Because he was partnered up with John Vernon. Now, he always plays a slimy character and stuff, but this time, really, really just so basically, basically there was a bank robbery, train robbery for $40,000, and everybody took off, and basically he got caught with holding the bag basically, and he did the time, and now he's out for revenge. And I really like this one. This was a good one. I wish George Papar did more westerns in this vein. There's one with Dean Martin, and that one's he's pretty good in that one and stuff. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's not Clark Gable or but he's a great actor. He's got that charisma and stuff, and he really, I mean, his westerns he's been in have been pretty good and stuff. So yeah, one more Train to Rob. Next up, this is another, actually it's got Joel McCrea in this one, and Barbara Stanwyck, directed by old Cecil B. DeMille. This is Union Pacific. And when I got this, I started watching it, and I think I turned it off for some reason. And then I gave it another shot later on, down a few months later, and really enjoyed it. Really good. Union Pacific is one of those movies where they're talking about building the railroad and how the railroad's gonna give everybody, it's gonna make everything better for everyone. And then you got the the conflicts with workers, conflicts with townspeople, and all that stuff. But people sabotaging and stuff, sabotaging everything down the line. But yeah, in Cecil B. DeMille, in his fashion, he's always done big, over the top, epic, performances, epic movies, and no expenses spared. And he's just one of those famous, like, kind of cliched movie director that you see and stuff, but good. I'm not a huge fan of Cecil B. DeMille. There's a few films I really do like by him, and this one's good. It really is. It's got a great cast: Barbara Stanwyck, Joel McCrea, Akeem Taumaroff. He's been in a bunch of Paramount movies. Robert Preston is really good. Brian Donlevy, this was one of his first movies. Let's see. Oh, a young Anthony Quinn's in this also. Evelyn Keyes, she would go on to make some great film noir. But yeah, pretty good. Directed by Cecil B. DeMille, and Union Pacific. So there's a few of these westerns talking about the trains and the different lines. The trains were popping up all across America. First to get across the to the Pacific and all this and stuff, and really good. And Joel McCrea really makes these movies really believable. It really makes you really buy it. Even though some of it's convoluted and stuff like that, but. Really good. I mean, I would recommend this more for Joel McCrea than say for being directed by Cecil B. DeMille. Next up, this is a really nice Indicator release by one of my favorite directors, Walter Hill. I've never owned this single copy of this. I've had a multi-pack with it in it that didn't look too good from DVD, but I finally upgraded to the Blu-ray to get Geronimo, and I think that was a tagline, an American legend. Great performance as always by Robert Duvall, Jason Patrick. Wes Studi plays Geronimo, and it's also got Gene Hackman in it. So we got some heavyweights in this movie, and I really liked it. This is about an hour and 15 or 115 minutes, almost 2 hours. 1993 is when it came out. I totally missed it when it came out back then. It's got a lot of great special features on here that you expect from Indicator, and really good movie. Now, this isn't the deluxe version that Indicator usually puts out. This is the one without the booklet and stuff like that. But yeah, really good movie. I like this one, and I would put this next to like Wild Bill from that time period, and Tombstone, and a couple of other ones. Yeah, Tombstone's, is probably better than this, I would say, but still, it's a great Western. One of the best Westerns made in the 90s, for sure. Next up, this is an upgrade from DVD, from a multi-pack and stuff. And I'm a big fan of Randolph Scott and his Westerns. And this was, I actually watched this over again on that multi-pack and just really enjoyed it. I really liked it. And I'm thinking, damn, I need to upgrade it to Blu-ray, because this is a rewatchable movie for sure, and it's a lot of fun. I like this one. When the Daltons Rode. It's about the Dalton brothers, and the story of robbing trains, and they're taking people's ranches for the railroad to go through, and they're cheating people out of their property and everything, and Randolph Scott plays a cousin who comes to town to get a job and stay with his cousins, who are the younger brothers, the Dalton brothers. I'm sorry, the younger brothers. That's kind of a similar type of thing. But he meets them and falls in love with his Brian Donlevy's girlfriend, who's really played really well by Kay Francis. She's really good in this for a later role for her. And they end up all just taking off and, become outlaws and bandits and everything. And Randolph Scott's kind of left at home because he's a lawyer. He's wanting to come out there to open up a law practice from the East. He's a Yankee. And he comes out there to, start a thing, and before he can even settle in to be a lawyer, all this breaks out. So he ends up helping them whenever he can. He falls in love with the guy's Brian Donlevy's brother, who is which brother's name was, I can't think of his name, but anyways, really well performed, directed by George Marshall, who made Destry Rides Again. And this is from 1940. Destry Rides Again, 1939. So just that previous film he made, was a bona fide classic with James Stewart and Marlene Dietrich. And then to do this one, he's got that same pace going. It's really fast paced and well written and everything, and it's got a really good cast. I mean, Randolph Scott, Kay Francis, Brian Donlevy, George Bancroft, Broderick Crawford, and early role for him. Andy Devine, comic relief, and he's actually one of the Dalton brothers. He's getting off and on a horse and doing everything, and he's kind of a larger man. And it's kind of funny that 1 minute he's playing comic relief, and then next minute he's and Stuart Edwin, Frank Albertson is in this. But yeah, it's actually based on a real book by Emmett Dalton. Emmett's one of them, one of the brothers. When the Daltons Ride, a book which has been said that, he took liberties and changed things around a little bit, but mostly accurate of what adventures they got into back then. But really good movie. This is part of a Kino Western pack they put out with like 3 movies, like one of those 3 movie packs. But I bought this individually off of eBay because, and it was brand new. Like whoever bought it just split up the case, I guess. The other 2 movies in this box set that this comes with, I already have good copies of and everything. So, but yeah, great upgrade to a really fun movie. I mean, really fun, great rewatchable movie for sure. Next up, this is one of those 6 movies on 3 discs and okay condition and stuff. And one of my weaker spots in my collection of Randolph Scott stuff is some of the movies he made in the early 30s, mid 30s and stuff. And they were made for like Paramount and stuff. And they lost the what do you call it, the copyright on it at some point. So for years there's just bunches of these come out and they look crappy. They're television prints that were copied from a 16 millimeter, and you know what I'm saying. But this one had one on here that I didn't have, and I just went ahead and got it. It wasn't too much money, but this is one of those 6 Western collections for Randolph Scott. It's got Buffalo Stampede and Wagon Wheels, and I think To the Last Man were 3 I didn't have, or one of those I didn't have. But it's also got yet another copy of Abilene Town, Rage at Dawn, and actually The Fighting Westerner, I think, was the one. But yeah, kind of a mixed bag of stuff, yeah. And most of them are just barely 60 minutes and stuff because they came out, and I guess they were cheapos, I guess, at the time or something. I'm not sure, but I'm a big fan of Randolph Scott, and I wish those could come out restored somehow on Blu-ray or something and really go back and clean those up, because they did that with the early John Wayne movies from that period of time where, he just did a bunch of movies where the Mesquite Kid and stuff, stuff like that. And they came out on Blu-ray, and I think somebody cleaned them up a little bit because they were in the same condition as these. But yeah, anyways, I picked that up. And next up, this is a movie I got in my trade package with Carlos, Eastwood for Life fan. And this is I had a lot of fun with this one too. Eli Wallach, Lynn Redgrave, and Franco Nero. And man, it's all in German, but it's got the English. It's the English dub and everything. But yeah, gosh, I can't think of this name. Long Live Your Death. Oh, wait a minute, I think I got it right here. Yeah, I think it's Long Live Your Death. Here's Carlos's note, by the way. I don't think he put that in there. He had a note on the case when I got it, but yeah, I believe this is Long Live Your Death. Really good. I like this movie. I didn't know what to expect, but this is the uncut. It says it's a full, high definition remaster, so it's kind of a digital upgrade and everything, and it looks pretty good. And Franco Nero was just on fire at this time. Some of these westerns he made during this time, and Eli Wallach too. This was like just a few years after The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly and everything. So he had a whole new career and everything. So but yeah, Long Live Your Death, I believe, is the correct name. A lot of these have different names. Sometimes they can have up to 3 or 4 different names depending on what country or release it's on. But this is a German release, and but yeah, it's in English. It's got the English dub and stuff. But really good. I really enjoyed that, guys. So there you go, guys. I need a drink of water. That was a lot. I'm getting kind of. So anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this Western Roundup update. Just an update, you guys, on some new stuff I've collected. and everything. Let me know what you think, and I'm going to ride on out of here, and I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. So, see you later, cowpokes.